Diagon Alley! Let's theorize. Okay, so for all those Harry Potter fans out there, I would assume that you know what the Floo network is. It basically, for those that don't know, it allows wizards, witches and their children, and also the infirm, also known as the sick, to travel to and from places without breaking the statute of secrecy. Okay, so why use the Floo network over other forms of magical transport? Firstly, danger, the magical statute of secrecy, and many more, so let's cover those. Firstly, the broomsticks are breaking the magical international statute of secrecy. And besides, you can't exactly wear your invisibility cloak riding your broomstick. I mean, imagine that. Apparition, it's dangerous, and the loud crack when apparating and disapparating will also attract attention from muggles. For example, in Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix book version, way better. When Mundungus apparates away to, I think it's to Grimmauld Place, Harry, lying in the garden bed underneath the windowsill by the Dursleys' home, hears the crack from Mundungus and gets extremely startled from it and thinks it's a gunshot. And then there's also portkeys. Yes, they're everyday objects, like this computer mouse, for example, that is totally not mine. And that's not sarcastic, it's not mine. So yeah, and then muggles could pick them up and be teleported, well not teleported, but end up somewhere random in the world. Okay, so a quick disclaimer, if you see me looking over here in the next clip, that is because I have information up. Okay, so Floo powder itself has actually been around since the 13th century. It was made by Ignatia Wildsmith as I said, in the 13th century. Its manufacture is strictly controlled, from what I'm aware of, by the Ministry of Magic, or some sort of international Ministry of Magic. But hey, we're talking about London's stuff here. So, but you know, we'll get onto why a bit later in the video. Now, the only licensed producer of Floo powder in London, or should I say Britain, is called Floo Pow, and they're headquartered, Floo Pow, and I know I didn't say that correctly the first time, and their headquarters itself is located in Diagon Alley, but the front door is never answered. Although there has never been a shortage of Floo powder in at least 100 years. Very, very weird. Now, 2 sickles a scoop is the pricing of a scoop of Floo powder. So that is actually rather cheap. And every wizard household carries a stock of Floo powder, usually located in a box or something, on a mantelpiece next to the fireplace. Now, no one, not even me, or not even Pottermore, is aware on why there has never been a shortage. But there never has. Now, the precise composition of Floo powder is a closely guarded secret. Those who have tried to make their own have been universally unsuccessful. It cannot be done unless you know the exact ingredients. And that's known by very few. At least once a year, St. Mungo's Hospital for Magical Maladies and Injuries report what they call a Fawkes Floo injury. In other words, somebody who has thrown homemade Floo powder into the fireplace and suffered the consequences. And as an irate healer at St. Mungo's, spokeswizard Ruther Poke has said in 2010, and I'm gonna read this word for word, so I'm gonna be looking over in this direction. It's 2 sickles a scoop, people, so stop being cheap. Stop throwing powdered rune spore fangs on the fire, and stop blowing yourselves up out of the chimney. If one more wizard comes in here with a burnt backside, I swear I will not treat him. It's 2 sickles a scoop. Okay, so we are running out of time now, so I'm just going to cover this last little thing. So, something that I've been wondering to myself for a very long time now, since I've actually seen the 2nd movie of Harry Potter, and that was about 5 years ago. How does the Floo network actually understand its user? And reading through the Harry Potter Wikia, not Pottermore, because Pottermore doesn't bring this up. It's kind of strange, really. But that Pottermore doesn't bring it up. But reading the Harry Potter Wikia, I found out that the network is governed by the Floo Network Authority, a section of Department of Magical Transportation in the Ministry of Magic. That, yes, I already knew. But it helped me come to this conclusion. Yes, there are other ways of transport, but when you throw in the flyer, I think it might activate something that helps you communicate with the Ministry of Magic, because it says here that the Floo Network Authority controls which fireplaces are connected to the Floo Network, meaning that they have control of where you can and cannot come out. From what I'm guessing, it's different to Operation, which requires specialized magic. Traveling by the way of Floo Network can be done without specialized magic, and can be preferable for wizards too young to operate, or those without access to other forms of transportation, such as broomsticks. So, this connection is possible, and connection to the Floo Network is also possible to certain fireplaces if an emergency. Like, I can't remember which book it was, but Arthur Weasley did that to the Dursleys, unaware of the fact that they had blocked up their fireplace. So he was stuck behind an electrical one. But what I'm thinking is, you have some sort of So the Floo Network is actually a form of apparition, where when you say where you want to go, you apparate of sorts to the location you want to go. But that's only a theory. But the ministry, or the control of that Floo, has the ability to control that. So, for example, most most are controlled by the ministry. All are actually in the Department of Magical Transportation. So my theory is that you sort of apparate kind of between the two locations after you say where you want to go, and that's how you get around. But that might not make sense, but it does to me. I might go into detail about that in another video if I do one about this topic, but for now, that's a theory, and I'll see you guys in the next video.